Hey friends, Gary here, and today I want to share my top 5 most favorite pictures of 2024. All of these pictures were taken using my modest Micro Four Thirds cameras and lenses. And although they might not be the most beautiful pictures in the world, they have some sentimental values to me, and I will explain why these photos are special to me in this video. So yeah, speaking of 2024, it went by so quickly. I didn't realize that it's almost the end of the year. And also in 2024, I didn't really travel as much as the years before. But yeah, I have lots of things going on, both on my work-related stuff and also personal-related stuff. However, I still try to make my best to go out and take some pictures and make some vlogs that you can enjoy. By the way, if you want to watch the vlogs, you can go to the link up here. But anyway, here are the pictures. I will explain all about these pictures, why I took them, why they are special to me, composition explanation, and also a little bit of gear explanation. Hopefully they are inspiring to you. And now let's start with the first picture. First picture is this picture of the bench facing the ocean that I took when I was in Bali. So I went to Bali a few months ago to attend a wedding of my friend and also to have a little bit of a vacation time. We weren't really visiting popular tourist attraction or things like that. We just stayed at our resort hotel and just sit by the ocean and just relaxing all day long. We didn't really do anything. I'm an introvert, in case you guys don't know. I don't really do well in front of many people, and yeah, having a little bit of this kind of me time, just doing nothing without any other people except my wife, and just, you know, soaking the environment, being relaxed. It clears away all the stress from everyday grinding and from the sensory overload that I get, and it's just really nice. This picture now is acting as my personal reminder to take a break, to not overwork myself, to know when to rest and enjoy life so that I can have a balanced work-life kind of thing, you know. And speaking of balance, composition wise, it's also very balanced in my opinion, and that's why I like it. So it has a very strong foreground, which is the bench that's looking at the ocean, and it helps to balance the big beautiful blue sky that's dominating the picture, and the overall balance is really nice, and it doesn't make the picture look kind of slanted or missing something. And the picture itself, it's also giving me that relaxing kind of vibe and mood, and it really helps for me, especially when I'm looking at this picture, to make myself feel calmer. Speaking of gear, I was using my Panasonic Lumix GX85 and my Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7 to take this picture. I think it's the perfect combination for travel photography. That's why I brought that setup to Bali, and it took so many great pictures in Bali. It's just so flexible. At the focal length 15mm, you can do it for anything, for landscape, for scenery, for street photography. And the camera itself, the GX850, image quality is nice enough, but it's very compact, small and lightweight. Next picture is this beautiful sunset, again taken in Bali, using my GX850 Panasonic Lumix camera and my favorite mini telephoto lens, the Panasonic Lumix 35 to 100mm f4 to f5.6. This picture is an example of capturing the right moment at the right place at the right time. Nothing really special about this image in terms of sentimental value. It's not reminding me of anything. I just happen to love the visual of this image so much. I always wanted to capture a nice sunset photo, but every time I try to capture a beautiful sunset, it always lacks something, especially if I don't have a really strong foreground or an anchor point to help the viewers to, you know, put the eyes into the image. So it can look quite boring and just not nice in my opinion. It's very different on this image. I have a few things going on beside of the sunset itself. First, we have the lady in front on the beach. She's adding a nice anchor point for the eyes to look at the picture, so we can kind of rest our eyes there. And then we also have the boat in the ocean. It adds a mid layer, a kind of 3D effect, so we have like a progression that slowly leads into the sunset itself. And also the sunset a little bit covered by cloud, but majority of the sun is still visible, giving that nice warm glow in the sky and also on the ground. I think it just looks really nice and I kind of like it. Composition wise, again, this is also about balance, about foreground, about context, things like that. Speaking about balance, the lady is put a little bit on the bottom right of the image to help balance the very strong sun on the upper left part of the image. And also the lady and the boat will provide a little bit more context, information. Oh, this was taken at a busy beach where things are going on, and to provide a little bit more story and information into the picture itself. Anyway, I haven't really talked about camera setting, but on the first picture and on this particular picture, I am using aperture priority. And I just set the aperture to about f5.6 on this picture and about f2.8 or f4 on the previous picture. And I let everything else to be automatic. All of them are edited using Lightroom and I shot them raw. Move on to the next picture. This is the picture of Mount Merapi volcano having a little bit of an eruption. I captured this image using my Panasonic Lumix G85 and the big telephoto 35 to 100mm f2.8 Panasonic Lumix lens. Anyway, this is also another example of capturing the right subject at the right moment, at the right place, at the right time. So yeah, that's very important in photography apparently. I always wanted to capture a live volcano eruption, especially Merapi volcano, because Merapi is actually quite close to my house. It's about 1 hour drive from here, so it's not quite that far. However, in the past, I'm never quite lucky with the weather or the timing or the gear. It's always like something's against me whenever I'm trying to capture this, volcanic eruption. However, a few months ago, I woke up really early on a Saturday and I brought all of my proper cameras and lenses. It was a beautiful, clear sky, sunny day, and I went to a viewpoint overlooking the Merapi volcano, and I finally got a picture not just of the Merapi volcano, but also with it having a little bit of an eruption. Oh my god, it felt so amazing to finally be able to capture this particular picture. Composition wise, it's a little bit different from the previous pictures. I'm focusing just on the volcano. I don't really care about the foregrounds, anchor point, that kind of thing, because what happened on the Merapi volcano is already quite intense and it requires to have a more simpler composition that really serves the story better. We're having an eruption. I don't want to distract the viewer with flying birds, beautiful trees, hills or rivers, things like that. I just want the viewer to focus on what's happening on the summit, on the crater of the volcano, some volcanic ash, some lava material spewing out from the volcano. I want the viewer to focus on that. Regarding camera setting, I think I zoomed the lens a little bit to about 50 or 60 millimeter, something like that, and I keep the aperture at about f4 or f5.6. Aperture priority, again, I'm not using manual, and I let everything else to be automatic, raw, and edited a little bit in Adobe Lightroom. Next picture is this picture of my wife. This was taken with my Panasonic Lumix GX8 and the TTArtisan 50mm f1.2 for micro four thirds, that bokeh monster lens. And this photo is really special for me because this is how I see my wife every day, and it's just really nice to have this picture as a reminder for myself. Anyway, this was captured when I was filming a vlog for my first impression with the TTArtisan 50mm f1.2. And yeah, it's just a really nice picture overall. Nothing really special about the composition or the photography technique. It's just my wife right in the middle with beautiful blurry background on location. And yeah, I believe I took this picture at f1.2 with the TTArtisan lens, aperture priority, and everything else automatic as usual. This picture is a personal reminder for me to be grateful. I'm very lucky to have my wife. She's always very supportive and she's always okay with all of my shenanigans, creating this YouTube channel, overworking myself with all this kind of office related thingy, but she's always there and she always supports me and motivate me so that I can crack on with all of the things that I need to get done in my life, and she always care for me. Without her, maybe I wasn't able to achieve so many things that I've got in my life right now. So yeah, I'm very grateful for her. So today I want you to take a picture of someone who means a lot to you. Take a picture of them and give them a really big hug, and just remind yourself to be thankful of the people who are actually caring a lot about you. Next picture is this picture of an Indonesian typical scenery. So with the chairs, with the table, and then you see some paddy fields and the hills. This was taken with my Panasonic Lumix GX85 and the mini kit lens, the Panasonic Lumix 12 to 32mm f3.5 to f5.6. So this picture is also quite special for me. I'm from Indonesia, in case you don't know, and many people always wonder what Indonesia look like when I spend my time in United States. People always ask me, do you live in a tree? Is it close to Bali? That kind of questions. Well, this picture is the quintessential Indonesian scenery that you will see a lot. Paddy field, hills, and maybe some people working on the paddy field. Cannot get any more Indonesian than that. I took this picture from a location that's a little bit on the countryside. It's about 1 hour drive from my home, and it's just lovely. I can see the beautiful greeneries, paddy field, hills. It's just really nice, a little bit of that nature and relaxing kind of vibe. Speaking of composition, again, I think you see a little bit of a pattern on this video. Most of my pictures have some kind of a strong foreground, and in this case the foregrounds are the chair and also the table. It really helps for the eyes to anchor into the image, and also it helps to give it a little bit of a context of the image, add a little bit more story, and also tells a little bit of some mood and vibe to help you, you know, feel what I feel when I was taking this picture. And it's just very simple. Everything is symmetrical, like everything is balanced right in the middle, the chairs, the desk, and also the paddy field is working as the midground, the hills as sort of the foreground, creating layers, helps to add that 3Dness into the image. And yeah, this was captured again raw, and I edited in Lightroom. This was aperture priority. I believe this is f5.6 and everything else automatic. I'm not really fussy about camera settings. I don't memorize the shutter speed, the ISO, whatever. Everything is automatic. I care mostly about the compositions, the timing, the moments, and the lighting, things like that. So yeah. Anyway, if you are wondering what Indonesia looks like, well, here's your answer. Take a look at this picture. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for my favorite pictures of 2024. Hopefully this has been inspiring, motivating, makes you want to go out and take pictures. That's always what I want to do with my channel, to inspire people to take more pictures and have fun with photography. Anyway, let's have a little bit of a discussion on the comment down below. Which one is your favorite picture? Please let me know. Anyway, if you have any question, please let me know on the comment down below as well. I will try my best to answer them. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my channel even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below, or use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.